Alright, so I actually took a little break the other day, but everything here has been sanded up to 220. They're not scary sharp yet, but I do want to show you guys that you can fully chop a mortise with it. I can take it to an edge of a board, take shavings. This is probably about as sharp as most of these chisels will come from the store. Most of the rust and wear has been removed from most of these chisels. So they're fairly sharp, but not sharp enough. That's only up to 220. I plan to stop at about 3000 grit. And then I don't have any leather, but I have my apron. Not really sure what it's made out of. It's some type of hide or fake leather. So that'll probably do decent enough to strop them after 3000 grit. But what I'm here to do before we go into the actual sharpening process, I want to show you guys that it's sharp enough to at least chop a rudimentary mortise. Engage that clamp, give that a thwack it on the back side, engage that clamp. And then yeah, let's just use this one. We're gonna chop a square mortise. So we'll give it a tap there. Come right to the edge. And by the way, I am no kind of hand tool enthusiast. I will say that this one right here, I did last night, and that was actually my very first hand chopped mortise other than like hinges or something. So, but I'm gonna take the same concept. Typically, you'll use a square or whatever to lay out your mortise, but because this is a 3/4 inch chisel, I just kind of made a square. But again, this knife wall should have been probably further that way, etc. But it's a fairly square mortise because I just used the chisel to size it. But same process. After you have your chop cuts for your knife wall, typically again, well, I'll show you guys. I don't have a marking knife right now, but typically you would take a square and create a knife wall. That knife wall will be what guides your chisel. Because then, instead of just chopping randomly like I did, you can take your chisel and find that knife wall. You can also use a handsaw and create a kerf mark, but then you can chop down into it, and if your back of your chisel is nice and flat, you'll go down straight. But once you have your mortise kind of shaped out, you're gonna take your chisel at the angle, and your goal is to continually half the material. So take a chop. Take a chop, take another chop, and about at this point I'll turn the chisel the other way. And then you'll repeat the process, going right back at your original mark, making sure your chisel's plumb, and then you'll chop deeper And then you'll rinse and repeat your process of just halving the material, running your chisel down to chop out the waste. And that's also why it's pretty good practice to size your tendons and your mortises to the chisels that you have. And it's pretty easy to cut a 3/4 inch mortise with a 3/4 inch chisel. This isn't 3/4, this is a fence picket. This is only 1/2 inch. But do I have a piece of 3/4 inch wood anywhere? On the other side of my bench. Yeah, that fits down in there just nicely. So if I cut a tendon and I didn't even size or measure, this is just a 3/4 inch chisel. It's not super snug because also I'm not going perfect, but it's easier to size a tendon to plus for all I know, this is actually a big box store. It's probably not even exactly 3/4, or maybe it shrunk over the time it's been inside of my shop. But in general, that was just an example. Easier to size your mortises, your tendons, and everything else to the chisel seat that you have. So you're trying to cut a 1 inch mortise, 1 inch chisel. 1/2 inch mortise, probably should have a 1/2 inch chisel. Which is why I'm going through the process of sharpening all of the ones that I do have laying around in the shop. I don't have, probably shouldn't hit them against each other. I don't have a really sharp set of chisels or a really nice set of chisels like a Lee Nielsen or Veritas or Wood Rivers is Woodcraft's brand, but I don't have any high-end chisels. These are just some leftover Stanleys, some DeWalt's that I did buy because I needed something that was halfway sharp when I did that door. But none of them are actually sharp because when they come from the store, this is about as good as they get. These were rusted. These DeWalt chisels aren't much sharper than these ones. I did do an initial sharpening when I first got them. They're probably not much better. And then just like that, I have a 3/4 inch mortise. So again, these chisels aren't scary sharp yet. Our goal is to get it to that point. Well, not even scary sharp. Some people sharpen past 3000 grit. They go well above. We're not going that far. But in the next video, we're actually going to switch over to these diamond stones and actually getting to the actual sharpening process. So stay tuned for that. And if you guys have enjoyed, again, I've been asking you guys to follow my other socials over on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all under New World Carpentry Solutions. That's kind of the best way that you guys can support me while I'm starting all these videos. Again, new camera setup. Have the mic running. I'm able to actually get more in depth with some of these videos. So if you guys have enjoyed, again, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, crack a joke down below, whatever you guys feel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.